Hey, gorgeous. Uranus is throwing a cat among the pigeons this month. So expect the unexpected as Uranus is returning to Taurus. So anything that we've been avoiding, anything that we haven't let go of and we know we have to, it's all hitting this month, as well as Mercury retrograde. So we're getting in that time machine and going back to the past. But on a positive note, something fabulous from the past could surprise us by returning as well. Here's your monthly astrology. Aquarius, how are you doing, you gorgeous creature? This month, there is a lot going on. For a start, Uranus is going retrograde, so it's bringing back for you all the unpredictability you've had over the years around home and family. How was that for you when Uranus was there? You probably moved a lot, went through a lot of changes in your home, living situations, probably unexpected issues or revelations around family, all of that. That is coming for a final pass. And on top of that, we've got a full supermoon in that same place. So whatever's been buried unconsciously, whatever you haven't dealt with to do with home and family is coming up with a bang. However, could be very, very positive. There could be some great, enormous, fabulous shift around your living arrangements or family. There could be something to celebrate. It's not necessarily bad news. In fact, really, if you've done the work, it should be good news. Ever the optimist I am, but, you could touch something fabulous. Now, Mars is going into Sagittarius, which you quite like it. It makes you a mover and a shaker. It makes you brilliant when it comes to group activities, networking. You've got the power, you've got the strength, you show up with a passion that other people recognize. And yeah, it's all very, very exciting. Also, Mars is sextile Pluto. You may shift your whole belief system, or you may shift from one group of people to another group of people, or you may move on from old friends and really commit more to new friends. You might move from one job to another job, but whatever it is, it's really closer to your vibration, and it's brilliant. Now, Venus is entering Scorpio. You're very focused on achievement this month, more than usual. You're thinking about your reputation, you're thinking about your life force, you're thinking about pushing yourself forward, and you have to find yourself within that, because Venus is square Pluto. You have to go, well, who am I at work? Who am I in my relationships? What is my reputation? Is my reputation true to who I am? And, normally you don't care about that because you're very much a free spirit. Okay, you don't judge people. You don't expect people to judge you. But we're not talking about judgment. We're talking about, where you want to put your value, because we've even got Venus entering that energy, and that's about your self-worth, your how you see yourself. So there's something coming up for you, but it could end up being very valuable and very, good. And, I don't work as a patriarchal astrologer. When I'm talking about value, when I'm talking about what you're doing in the world, I'm not talking necessarily about traditional work or traditional value. I'm talking about how you see it and what's valuable to you. Anyway, Uranus re-enters Taurus on November the 8th, and then we have Mercury retrograde on the 9th. So it's sort of interesting and slightly choppy times. And there may even be a group of people or people that you kind of hung out with from the past that get back in touch. Or you may be going to an event or a reunion or something like that. And it's interesting for what it brings up for you. Who you were in the past and how you saw yourself, and who you are now. And probably you're much freer now, and you're also aware now that who you mix with has a big impact on you. And if you're not at that stage, trust me, who you mix with this month, you're going to feel uplift you and enable you to reach your dreams, or they really hold you back and they affect your vibe. So only mix with the good vibe people this month. Otherwise, you will be more aware of it. You are very focused on building something, whether it's a positive shift in your career, in the more traditional sense, or whether you're building something that you've been working on for a long time. Who knows? You might be like building an off-grid lifestyle. It doesn't have to be patriarchal. Only you know what you want to build and how you're going to build it. But whatever it is, you're putting a lot of energy and a lot of emotional focus into that, and you will get results because you are putting your focus into it, and what you're building is true to your heart. It's not superficial. And you'll have it, even though communication's a bit dodgy at the moment, you're having important conversations. Now, you won't be clear on where these conversations are going until after the 29th when Mercury goes direct, but it's going to be interesting. And there are opportunities here, regardless of the fact that Mercury and Uranus retrograde. In fact, could even be that something you were working towards comes back in a new way. Now, how this will reach a peak for you and an opportunity for you around the 20th with the new moon in Scorpio. It is such a powerful new moon. It's conjunct Mercury. It's connected to a ground water trine. It's opposing Uranus. It's an unstoppable, revealing, life-transforming new moon. Make sure you put out your desires connected to whatever your focus is on that you're building. Open your arms to see how you're feeling. Ask for a sign and expect something to shift and change on that new moon for sure. We also have obviously you're deeply affected by Uranus shifting, and you have to be on your toes to work with the energy because it goes all the way through you. It has a big impact. So expect some changes around home and family. But when Uranus sextiles Neptune, it's about you building your dreams in that area. And of course, that's the new moon. So you've got to pull all that energy together. And it may be that you, again, like build something amazing that makes you feel secure and happy and cozy as well as successful. We have the sun entering Sagittarius again. You are out there moving and shaking. It's sextile Pluto. You're making radical changes that you need to change to get what you want. On the 26th, Venus is trine Jupiter and Venus is trine Saturn. And it is absolutely an extraordinary springboard for you to commit to what you love. And then Saturn's going direct, so you'll feel more movement in building this absolutely relaxing board of growth. It's not like walking through treacle. Venus enters Sagittarius. Get out, listen, network, get out about, do what you want to do, go after your dreams. And, there are sort of gateways for you to go through that are going to draw this stuff to you. I really would love to know what happens. Let me know in the comments. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon. So why do we at Michele Knight give you a 5-minute, no questions asked guarantee? Well, our psychics are some of the very best in the world. They are handpicked. They have 5 rigorous test readings, the final one with me, and I require very detailed information, things they couldn't possibly know just by looking at Google or social media. We want you to be totally blown away by your reading, to feel that you've chosen a psychic who you can bond with, who gets you and gives you such specific information you feel completely reassured. If this doesn't happen within the first 5 minutes, don't be shy, just put down the phone and your minutes will be topped up or refunded. Your reading should be uplifting, full of clarity and advice, and leave you empowered to make the right decisions for you. We want Michele Knight to be your spiritual home.